me all right?
Yeah, perfectly. And how you can hear me?
Uh, Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm
Oh,
not really good at small talk. So
me too.
um, tell something about yourself, about your work, maybe your hobbies.
Mm. Well, I like to read. I like to read some fiction book and non-fiction. I like uh, golden age of American sci-fi fiction.
Mm.
Uh, the author named as Harry Harrison, Ray Bradbury, Robert Shackley, Paul Anderson, Cliff
Mhm.
Simak, and else.
That's,
So,
sorry, it's my roommate.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, what about you? What do you like to read?
I also like science fiction. For example, my favorite author is Ray Bradbury.
Yeah,
Like my favorite book is 451 Fahrenheit.
yeah.
Have you read
I
this book?
like I like it. Yeah,
Yeah. So and Dandelion Wine, I think it's called.
yeah. Dandelion Wine.
Dandelion
Yeah.
Wine. Yeah, also interesting book.
Martian Chronicles.
I haven't read it, but I know it. I've heard
Yeah.
about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to read it. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to read right now because I'm studying. Yes,
You're too busy now.
yes, I'm too busy. I'm preparing for a very difficult exam.
Mm. In English.
Yes, in English. It's CP, Certificate of Proficiency in English.
Mm.
Maybe you've heard about it.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm preparing right now.
Ah. Maybe you like listen some music.
Well, yes, I like to listen to different music. For
For
example,
example.
oh, well, rock music. Like, for example, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd, all style rock.
Oh, old
Yes.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of inherited this interest from my father. He also likes such music. What about you?
Yeah, me too. So I like rock music, metal music. I like um, classical rock,
Mm.
such as Led Zeppelin and
Well, mhm.
Deep Purple. But I also like modern metal collectives, modern metal band.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like, uh, like what?
hmm, I prefer German bands,
Mhm.
such Adorned Brut.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Um, they have such difficult names to pronunciate. Very long, very difficult. So it's uh, it's kind of doom or symphonic metal.
Uh-huh.
It's these genres I prefer the
Mhm.
most, and I like Finnish music
Mm.
as Copri Klani.
Haven't heard about them.
It's
If you can write them after we talk, it would be very good.
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Um,
Thank you. Mhm.
what else? What else? Um, I like to write something. Uh, for example, short stories uh,
Mhm.
for net mm, competition,
Oh,
for net competition in Live Journal
mm.
or in other sites.
It's very interesting.
But I'm not a professional writer. I'm just a
I'm not sure.
curious amateur. Yeah.
Okay. I've
What
never
about
read stories.
you?
I prefer reading stories. I'm not good at
Reading.
writing stories.
Maybe some theatrical or theater activity,
Um, not
presentation, demonstration, art.
not really. I prefer watching. I'm not good at.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I like acting in amateur theatric band.
Mhm.
We um, well, so many words I don't know how to speak it, how to say it in English. For um, little presentation, short presentation, short stories, short. Mm. Well, in December, it will be 165 years since Rudyard Kipling birth.
Mhm.
So uh, uh, we want to play the cat who walked by himself, his short fairy tale,
Mhm.
and I'm acting the cat. It was very big cat, I guess, and we have many amusing roles and characters such as wild cow with
Wow.
very wild cow with very funny costume with very big horns and very funny makeup, and we
It's
have
a girl playing wild cow.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it is a horse with very long hair, very long. mm, It's a special word for his tail, horse tail. How to say it? I don't remember.
I usually just say tail, horse tail.
Okay, horse tail. Made by our director. She mm, she сплела. Вот сплести.
To braid,
To break?
braid.
A braid. Ah.
I think 1 moment, like this,
Mm,
to braid.
to braid.
Braid. Yes. Also, girls make braids. Like this.
Ah, yeah. So our director made it. It's very long and very uh, mm, very soft. So mm, what else I should say about our presentation? It will be in English. It's full in English. So we use simple uh, words, simple version of uh, his novel, and we like to introduce it to some children, some young students from schools in St. Petersburg. So I think it will be very interesting, very funny to watch.
Yeah, I think they'll love it. I'm sure.
I hope they will be filming it in camera,
Maybe.
so it will be safe for another generation.
So
Yeah.
you're doing it together with your colleagues or friends, or
For friends, some people who I made who I met in British Book Center. It's a center of libraries with English books and English events.
Uh-huh.
So we gathered together by our director, who especially likes Tolkien.
She has a good taste.
She's a fan. She's a geek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have 3 or 4 plays. What we had played, and I guess she will be in research for more Tolkien stories to play, because she liked it the most. It's her favorite author.
Maybe she should pick, I don't know, Hobbit. Children seem to love.
Already done.
Okay.
And
mhm.
Billy, the son of Luthien and Billy, I don't know how does it name, how, but it's Tolkien too. It's a verse about very romantic story
Uh-huh.
in his mid-terran world. So, and we also had played The Ring and the Rose by Thackeray, William Thackeray. And the Kipling will be our 5th play, I guess.
So you have had a lot of experience already.
Not so much, but yeah, quite a bit.
Quite a lot.
So what about your hobby? What do you like to do for spare time, in spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I like dancing, for example. Yes, I used to do ballroom dancing professionally. Do you know ballroom dancing?
Yeah.
Well, I used to participate in some contests, some championships. Some of them I have won. Yes. Yeah. I've been doing this for 11 years, I think, ballroom dancing. Yes, but then I had to stop because I had to go to the university and I didn't have enough spare time.
Understand, yeah.
Yeah. Then I tried some belly dancing, yes. Some hip hop, all different styles, but I didn't like anything as much as I liked ballroom dancing. So I'm still searching for that dance I like. Yes. So yeah, that's my, I would say, major hobby.
Yeah.
Apart from learning languages.
Do you like to learn some languages except English in our?
Yes, I do learn other languages. I learn French. I study French. I studied German at university. I don't study it now. And I have recently started studying Chinese.
Oh.
Yes. It's very difficult, but it's very interesting. Yes. Those I like writing those characters. It's almost like drawing.
Ah. And what do you do with these characters?
I write them. How should I say? Well, I have a copybook, and I write a line of one character, then a line of another character, then maybe a line of some sentence in Chinese, just to memorize, because it's difficult to memorize.
It's a good exercise, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the only way you can learn those insane Chinese characters. Really. I tried just typing, just reading, but that doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's complicated, and you better use it in some active as active skill
Mm-hmm.
to remember it and to be good in it. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. It's not that big issue with English, because in English you only have 26 letters. And it's not a problem at all.
yeah.
But I heard that Japanese, for example, is even worse. They have 2 alphabets.
Katakana, hiragana,
Yes, and kanji.
and
And well, and they also use Latin letters as well sometimes. And
yeah.
I don't know how they how they live with it.
Me neither. Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Sometimes I thought about maybe I should learn Chinese or Vietnamese or Japanese, but I think I should start in European languages,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe then I try one of Asian languages.
So you think you should start with the easier ones first?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's reasonable. Mm-hmm. Maybe. How many languages have you learned already? How many languages can you speak?
Mm.
Apart from Russian.
Well, what can I say? If
Apart
it's
from
not
Russian.
a Russian, so a bit of English,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Very, very few in Spanish, and very, very few words in Deutsch, because I had learned Deutsch in university too, and I study Italian for myself very, very long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I like Esperanto.
Mm.
It's a very simple language, but it's hard to use it in mhm.
In
in,
everyday life?
yeah, in everyday life, because it's not so many people use it, and there are no as much cultural background in this
Well,
language. Yeah. In Spanish, you have Lope de Vega, you have Garcia Lorca, you have Gabriel Mistral,
mm-hmm.
very, very famous authors, writers, and it all. So it's very easy to find some piece of culture what you enjoy to understand, to research, to
Mm-hmm.
find out about it, something about it, and it's easier than it in Esperanto. No, for me.
Well, yeah, and I I heard the I let's say yes, I heard the opinion that that's the main reason why people don't use Esperanto as an international language, because it has no cultural background. No one really speaks Esperanto as a native language, and there are no
Yeah,
famous books, movies, well, nothing.
no links in history. No,
Yes, no links in history, so maybe that's why. That's why they prefer English or any
yeah,
other language that just people use in everyday life.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Mhm. But still, there are optimistic people who learn Esperanto and hope that one day it can become an international language.
I think it's a great for training memory, for training logical skills, because Esperanto is very logical language. It's simple. It's very reasonable. So it's good to learn as a second language, I think. And after it, you have some easier ways in studying another languages, as a Deutsch or Roman language groups. It's easier, I think.
Well, yeah, as far as I know, Esperanto was based on Spanish, Italian, French, Roman group, and on
and Russian too. Yeah.
Russian as well.
Yeah, Russian and a little bit of Chinese.
Really?
Dr. Zamenhof was very разносторонний.
Well, he was interested in a lot of things.
Yeah, he was very intelligent.
Yes. Yes, sometimes I also forget some words, they just don't come to my mind. It's a normal situation.
I never knew it, I never known it, so it's hard to me to say some thoughts of mine. And I don't know how it says in English.
Well,
it's complicated.
You can always say it in a long way, you know, like this. Explain one word to 20 others.
You should put and take fine.
Yes.
Good night. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else? What can we else discuss about?
Well, I can say a random fact about myself. Currently, I'm living in Galway, for example.
Galway?
Yeah, Galway is a city in Ireland. Yes, the capital of Ireland is Dublin, and Galway is the third biggest city, I think. Yes, and I am preparing for my exam here. Yes, I live with a host family and with my roommate. If you remember. Yes, my roommate is from Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah, he's sitting in front of me right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very interesting being here, being plunged into another culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a lot of practice in English here as well, which is very beneficial.
Maybe in Irish too? Or Gaelic?
They don't speak Irish, surprisingly. They don't speak Irish on the streets. They study it at school as a kind of a second language, but on the streets and in everyday life, they don't use it.
It's not popular in Ireland.
Not popular. They use English. And they have a very nice Irish accent. I can't speak with Irish accent, but well, maybe in a few weeks I'll be able to speak with Irish accent, but I can't now, so I can't show you what it is like. But it's very funny.
Did you listen them playing in
Violin?
No violin. Lyre. Как сказать, арфа?
Harp.
Harp, yeah, harp. I thought they like harp music in some in one block of Natalia O'Shea. It's leader of Melnitsa, band Melnitsa. She wrote a lot about her harp lessons, her home harps. She bought in some famous famous production firm. In some people who famous by making very expensive, very good harp masters. And she wrote about it a lot, and I wonder maybe Irish very liked to listen to harp music in her daily life.
Well, they do like to listen to harp music, but not in daily life, I think. They surprisingly enough, they prefer very loud, noisy music, like rock music. Yes. In pubs, there are often concerts, concerts, small concerts of local rock bands. Yes. And one more random interesting fact. My teacher in my language school, he's a leader of a local band, rock band. Yes, and he actually sings and he plays a guitar, I think, and a piano.
Oh.
So he's quite famous in Galway. Funny enough.
Yes. One of the guys whom I talked in interpulse.com was in the band, in the local band. They played some Spanish heavy metal.
Spanish heavy metal?
Yeah. Very fond of the Spanish language, and she likes to communicate in Spanish, despite of English. So she wrote me messages in Spanish, and I answered it in English because she's from Cadiz.
Cadiz, where is
Spain.
It? Spain.
Yeah. It's a random fact about me.
Okay, I like random facts. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And coming back to music, in Galway there is a central street in the city center, and there is always live music in the evening. And they usually play guitar, they play flute, they play some drums. Yes, what do we call it? Sorry. My friend is suggesting this instrument. I don't know what it is called.
Harmonica? Or...
Well, you get the idea. Yeah, we can Google it. Google is the savior of the day.
Harmonica?
Harmonica.
Or piano accordion?
Yeah,
accordion, yes.
Accordion.
Yeah. Accordion. So yeah, they play different instruments, and they mostly play traditional Irish music, but sometimes something else. Very cheerful, very lively. So it's very nice to come back after lessons, to walk through this central street and to listen to some music.
Yeah.
There are usually a lot of people listen to this music. Yeah.
So maybe I should stop recording this video because we were speaking about half of an hour.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, yes, we can stop.
That's good.
Or else it will be hard to download it. It will be too. Can we say heavy about the file?
It's firstly it will be your hashtag. And the second, maybe our dialogue with Alexei, or my dialogue with Alexei, or how you prefer? How do you prefer?
As you wish. I think it doesn't matter a lot.
Okay.
As it is, as you wish. Yeah. As it is.
Okay, got it. So thank you for conversation. It's very interesting.
Yes, I enjoyed the conversation too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can chat later again, if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So good night. Have a nice evening.
You too. Yeah. Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.